Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the watch list for Tuesday, November 15th. I put these watch lists out for you guys for free every single day. So make sure you are subscribed down below and then hit that bell. That's the important part. That bell sends you the notifications for when I do actually send these out every single day for free. I send out daily watch lists, weekly swings, monthly swings. So like I said, make sure you are subscribed down below. Not only do we do watch lists on here, guys, but I have a plethora of learning tool videos for you guys. You'll find it at the end of this video. There's a playlist for you guys to click on. It'll help you go through the theory and really how to immerse yourself in this strategy, which I believe is the easiest strategy to be able to trade with. Before we get into this watch list, I want to go through a few things. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. If you have questions or comments, you can leave them there. Please leave comments down below as well. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you think the video stinks, well, by all means, give me a thumbs down, but let me know why you did it. You can also get in on the Griswold Trading Discord. So if you've never been to a Discord before or you want to join up, there's a link in the description below to get in on that Discord. The Discord is free. There is a paid membership area there. It gives you live access to live trading bots, access to the Griswold Strat indicator that I've created for TradingView, a 1-hour Strat course. It gives you one-on-ones with myself. So get in on that Discord, get in on the membership. It's $50. You can make that back in one trade. But there's a plenty of good stuff in that Discord for you guys and in that membership for you guys. And everything that I offer for free or fee-based can be found in that Discord or on Twitter in my pinned tweet. What else are we going to go through here? The screen that you see in front of you, that is TradingView. It's a website. There's a free version of it. There's also a subscription version of it. This is the subscription-based version of it. If you want to try out this sub-service, the subscription services on TradingView, it's how I chart all my trades. It's how I draw these lines, how I give you guys these watch lists every single day, how I create my watch lists. If you want to try their sub-service free for 30 days, there's a link in the description below. Go click on that link. You can try it free, no obligations for 30 days. If you decide that you actually like this sub-service, then you get up to $30 off of your subscription, but you need to start by clicking on that link below. And the last thing I want to go through, guys, are the ads. And I know the ads suck and nobody likes watching them. But those ads pay for this stuff to be free. Okay, and they pay for your guys' education for this stuff. So I appreciate you guys, and I thank you in advance for letting those ads roll through, because it does help myself with my time that it takes to do these videos. So thank you guys very much for that. And with that, let's get started on this watch list. Okay, today we had SPY. It traded inside bar for a large chunk of the day, but we ended up having a 2-up that finished red. So a 2, as you can see, we have it marked here. That's part of the Strat indicator that I've created. It's basically all the Strat indicators built into one for you guys. So this 2-up, a 2 is a directional candle. So we only broke one side, the high side of the previous candles. Therefore, it's going up. It's a 2-up, but it finished red. Okay, so when we have the 2-ups that finish red, that gives me a higher probability that we're about to trend back to the downside. Now, if we do that, the hourly, the daily, the weekly, and the yearly will all be red. That's good enough for me. I usually only need the hourly and the daily on my day trades. So if it trends down, we can take puts at 394.83 and targets at 393.61. So watch out for SPY on Tuesday. And then, guys, listen, if these day setups aren't working for you guys, then just go look at intraday stuff. Look for reversals on the intraday charts, meaning the 5, the 15, the 30, or the hourly. Look for inside bars on those same charts. And again, if you're in the Griswold Gold membership, we send out live trades for you guys, live setups on the 5, the 15, the 30, and the hourly, on SPY, on QQQ, on DIA, on Tesla, on NEO, CCL, Disney, okay? So make sure you're in that so you get those setups for free coming at you live throughout the day. Okay, so that was SPY. We're going to move on to DIA. So DIA, same thing, 2-up, finished red. And just like on SPY, and I didn't talk about it, but we have this body at the bottom with a big long wick, and that's what we call a hammer candle. So that is an actionable signal. It's a bearish setup. It's a bearish signal. So again, the same time frame continuity, basically the same setup, 2 up, finished red. We're going to look for puts at 335.56, and then again, we just put our first targets at the bottom of the preceding wick, the bottom of the candle behind the one we're trading off of, okay? And the other thing you'll notice here off of DIA is this broadening formation. And this broadening formation goes all the way back to June and July, okay? So from here to here, that was the higher highs. And that's what we're trending off of right now. And then same thing here, the 2 lower lows. So we've taken these lows to the highs, to the lows, to higher highs, and we could draw another broadening formation here and back down to the lows, and we could draw another broadening formation right here if we wanted, but we are tagging back to the top of this one. So are we going to see a reversal back down, or are we going to see a continuation? Right now we're showing a bearish signal, a bearish setup. So again, like I said, we're going to look for puts on the DIA, the Dow Jones, at 335.56. A lot of inside bar setups today as well, so we'll go through those as we come to them. But Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, 2 up red, puts at $60.71. The dollar values that I'm telling you guys are shouting out, calling out, are right here on the right-hand side. You can see them. The yellow line, the yellow price target or trigger, and then the green line, and then the green price target. Airbnb, I believe Airbnb, there it is, inside bar, full time frame continuity to the downside. Stuck in an inside bar on the weekly. I know that because of these 2 pink lines. Also, this yellow circle tells me we are currently on an inside bar on the weekly. So we can look for calls at 108.69. First target would bust us through the trigger to the upside on Airbnb on the weekly, or we can look for puts at, I'm going to move this down. There we go. Puts at 105.04 on Airbnb. AFRM was also an inside bar, and it's a tight inside bar. Full time frame to the downside. Calls at 16.97. We can mark targets out. Tops of the preceding wick, or puts at 16.06, and first target bottom of the preceding candle, preceding wick. Okay, we'll move on to AMC. AMC 2 up red. We'll look for puts at $7.29. Let me get rid of these so we're not confused. And then first target, we're going to mark out there at $5.93. AMD 2 up red. So again, we're looking for puts here, and puts are at 72.67, and we can mark out our first targets there. Let's get rid of these so we are not confused. Whoops. Okay, Amazon with an inside bar as well. So Amazon, we can look for calls at $100.12. There's the pink line. We are currently inside weak, but we're looking to go 2 up on the weekly. And puts are possible at $97.29. And we can put our first target there. And again, if we hit first target to the upside, guys, that is our trigger for the weekly as well. Okay, C, ticker symbol C, that's Citigroup, inside bar Citigroup. I will say this because I didn't mention it before. If you're new, I always tell newcomers or people who are struggling to trade inside bars because they're the easiest to see. They're really the easiest to trade. It's the easiest thing to spot. And this yellow bar that you see here is, again, part of my Strat indicator. So an inside bar, guys, it's a consolidating candle. It doesn't break the high, and it doesn't break the low of the previous candle. And it's basically a tightening range. So if we look at this and I draw basically that, we are looking for a breakout through, see how this little, it's an inverse, basically an inverse broadening formation, and we're looking for it to bust out of that range, okay? And I drew those on there for a visual for you guys. You don't have to draw them on there, but it's a consolidating range. And when we have that, you guys need to think of like a spring being loaded or tightened and compacted. And when you let go of it, it explodes to one direction or the other. And all we have to do is go back and look in time and see that that's how we react probability-wise off of those inside bars. We have the breaks to the upside, and we're looking to hit targets. Here's another one here. it gapped down, but it really ran to the downside. If we look here, gapped up, but a really big run to the upside. Okay, so probabilities tell us that these are very, very good plays for us to look at. Do they always work out? No, but we also base it off of probabilities. So high probability, yes. Does it always work out 100%? Absolutely not. Nothing ever does. Okay, so CL as a 2-up, finish red, shooter candle or inverse hammer. Again, we talked about that being a bearish pattern. We can look for puts at 74.55. Datadog, inside bar. So we can look for calls at 81.76, puts at 77.53. We've got full time frame continuity to the downside right now, so pay attention to that on Tuesday. Disney, 2-up red, so we'll look for puts at 94.21. We also have full time frame continuity on that one. Fubo, inside bar, full time frame continuity to the downside. But we also have this weekly bar. I want to see. I don't think that is right. That weekly bar should be up there. There we go. So we are looking to break to go 2-up on the week as well. So calls are still possible here at 364. We can also look for puts at 342 off of that inside bar on Fubo. GME, 2-up red. We'll look for puts on GME at 25.61. Google, inside bar on Google. What do we have? Calls at 97.18. And we can put our first targets in, and puts at 95.11 and first targets to the downside are in. JP Morgan inside, and the banks, listen, the banks, a lot of the banks have inside bars setting up for tomorrow. So again, it's something you can look at. Inside bar on JP Morgan, shooter candle or inverse hammer, we'll look for puts at 133.91. There's Lucid inside bar, full time frame to the downside, calls at 12.96, puts at 12.10. Let's get this green bar out of there. Macy's, inside bar, full time frame outside of the quarterly. We'll look for puts at 20.52, calls at 21.08. Morgan Stanley, there's another bank, inside bar, shooter candle. First targets to the upside marked out with calls at 91.36 or puts here at 89.79. First target at $89. We are at the top of a broadening formation, looking to see if we come back through that thing. We go from Morgan Stanley to Micron Technologies, which has an inside bar. Calls at 62.75, puts at $60.95. Nike with an inside bar. We can look for Nike calls at 106.44 trigger, puts at 104.32 inverse hammer candle or shooter candle there on Nike. Palantir inside bar, actually a 3-1 setup. There's this gold pattern here. We go back in time to look at the last time we had the 3-1, and we gapped up there. Okay, so go back in time and look how the 3-1s perform. Okay, a little bit of homework for you. If you go back and look at the outside bar, inside bar setups, the 3-1 setups, see how those perform. Usually, probability-wise, it's a very high probability trade. We've got full time frame to the downside, so we can look for puts at 7.95, calls at 8.32. PayPal has an inside bar. We can look for calls on PayPal at 91.37. First target, let's mark it out for you. Right there, and puts at 89.92. From PayPal, we will go to QQQ with the 2-up finish red. We'll look for puts on the NASDAQ at 284.44, and let's put the first target there for you guys at 281.19. From QQQ to Tesla, my Esla, inside bar on Tesla, full time frame to the downside, so puts are probable at 186.34. We can also look for calls at 195.73. Uber, inside bar, shooter candle or inverse hammer. We'll look for puts at 28.79, calls at 29.70. Inside bar on the week still. We're looking to break out of the inside bar from last week. We can look for calls on this at 29.70, and our first target puts us 2 up on the week for Uber. A lot of the weekly swings, there's a weekly swing video that I did. I think a lot of those plays have not broke their triggers yet. I took one on Visa today. I took it for 22%. I think it ended up going for 45 or 50 in total. I don't hold swing trades very well, to be honest. So I got up to that 22% mark, and profit is profit and see money, take money. I'm not great. I'm not great at swing trades, guys. I get a little nervous holding for too long. Maybe a little bit impatient. I like to get into trades and out of trades. I'll take that 22%. That set me up for the day. Okay, CVS inside bar shooter candle. So we can look for puts on CVS at 97.14, calls at 98.86. The first target to the downside is also our trigger to go 2 down on the week for CVS. eBay has an inside bar shooter candle. So again, we can look for puts on eBay at 45.85, target marked out, and calls at 46.89. General Motors also an inside bar, so puts at 39.92, calls at 41.19, top of a broadening formation. We go back, we have to go back far. So these higher highs here back in June, and these lower lows here. Okay, so you can see how this stuff runs. It aggregates. It's like a heartbeat. Highs to lows to highs to lows to highs to lows, back to highs. Where are we going next? General Motors. Okay, 2-1, 2 up or 2 down. We'll see on Tuesday which way this thing decides to take. But again, we are at the top of a broadening formation, so we can look for a trend back to the downside on General Motors. Guys, if you like this stuff, make sure you give me a thumbs up, comment below, share this stuff to as many people as you can, and make sure you're subscribed. Get in on the Discord, and don't forget about your free 30-day trial to TradingView. Top right corner at the end of this video, we'll show you how to play when we gap up or down in the mornings. Bottom right video is going to give you just more information on how to trade the Strat. Okay, different ways to the different things about the Strat. There's plenty of videos, over 300 for you guys to learn from. So make sure you guys are checking that stuff out and learning this stuff. It'll make you more profitable and more consistent. Good luck trading on Tuesday, guys. I wish you nothing but the best, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.